Welcome to Dark Souls episode 11. Just first off, this is post commentary because usually whenever I edit something, I usually do it over the course of about a day or two. But for some reason, for this one, I edited down all the footage to where it was episode ready, and I didn't even do a good job on that. But I never put in any text or anything. So I figured it'd be easiest just to record post commentary and talk about everything that's happening, because we're running around a whole lot. Like here, I just upgraded my Pyromancy Flame. I mean, it's not that important, because I don't really use it too terribly much. But it's something that's nice to have. And but yeah, I've never done post commentary before. I'm just watching the footage and talking over it. I can't imagine any other way to do it. But our first objective is to go down to New Londo and take down the Four Kings. And you'll see during this cut that, yeah, I lost all the humanity, all the souls. I don't remember where it's at. I can guarantee you it's not there anymore. I don't know why I didn't grab it. I know for sure that I died to some ghosts. And I must have died on my way back down here, falling off of something. Because if it was still here, I know for sure I would have gotten it. But yeah, I originally I had left in the footage of me just dying, but like we've been down here, we've spent a whole episode down here. I don't really see a point of showing me walking around and dying, so I took that out. Now it's just this take of me going down to the Four Kings, running past that loser. And normally I would summon the witch to help, because she helps a decent amount, but I didn't want to deal with those ghosts. Popping a transient curse and wasting time killing the ghosts. So the strat for the Four Kings, at least the one I've always done, is just load up on Havel's armor and just tank everything, which is kind of hard because this build doesn't have any increased HP. But yeah, you literally, and then you wear the Crest Shield because they do almost all magic. But yeah, you just you just tank everything. That's how it is for a lot of these bosses. Is like, I know for Gravelord Nito, you just tank. Like it's not worth dodging for a lot of stuff. And then for Seath, you just fight him like a normal boss, which is one of the other four great ones. And then the Chaos Bed Vestiges. That's not it. That's one of the spells. The Bed of Chaos. That's it. It's a puzzle boss, and we take them down in the next episode. It sucks. But this boss is a time attack kind of deal. If you hit him, if you kill one, another one will spawn in, and if you take too long, another one will spawn in. So you have to kill one as fast as you can. And here I hit it again to take more damage off the health bar in there. That one would have showed up whether that one was dead or not. So if I had taken any longer, there would have been two of them. And they are not, as far as I know, they don't spawn like based on each other. They spawn at a set amount of time, so they can really gang up on you. And there's more than four of them. There can be any number, as long as it takes to kill you. Yeah, there I should have probably just blocked. But Havel's armor has pretty good magic protection, and it just has it has really good protection for everything. I'm really loving the sword that I picked, and just the idea of having charcoal pine resin, and then later we can get the lightning pine resin and the poison pine resin, if that's even in this game. I don't remember. There's a lot of pine resins in Dark Souls 2, so that might be what I'm thinking about. And yeah, I mean, it's not a hard boss. We could have done this before we went to Anor Londo, and it wouldn't have been that hard. Just wearing the stone armor and whatnot, it wouldn't have been impossible. But I didn't really see a point in doing that. The only reason I'd think about doing that is to do PvP in Anne Orlando. But I mean, there's not much online these days, so there's really no point. And that's our serpent dude, and I figured to take him just because we hadn't talked to the other guy. But it's weird down here. I've never been down here for any extended amount of time. Usually I just leave. I hit the bonfire and leave. You're probably going to hear some noise because people are still up and awake. I just wanted to get this done because I want to work on the next episode. And this one, I wasn't going to do it without doing this one because it doesn't really make much sense. Alright, big snake dude.
Greeting, I am the primordial serpent, Darkstalker Khan. I can guide thee and illuminate truth. The truth I shall share without sentiment. After the advent of fire, the ancient lords found the three souls, but your progenitor found a fourth, unique soul, the Dark Soul. Your ancestor claimed the Dark Soul and waited for fire to subside. And soon the flames did fade, and only dark remained. Thus began the Age of Men, the Age of Dark. However, Lord Gwyn trembled in the dark, clinging to his Age of Fire, and in dire fear of humans, and the Dark Lord who would one day be born amongst them. Lord Gwyn resisted the course of nature by sacrificing himself to link the fire, commanding his children to shepherd the humans. Gwyn has blurred your past to prevent the birth of the Dark Lord. I am the primordial serpent. I seek to right the wrongs of the past, to discover our true Lord. But the other serpent, Thrapt, lost his sense and befriended Lord Gwyn. Undead warrior, we stand at a crossroads. Only I know the truth about your fate. You must destroy the fading Lord Gwyn, who has coddled fire and resisted nature, and become the fourth Lord, so that you may usher in an age of dark. Very well. I shall now guide you to Gwyn's prison. Be still, and trust thine flesh to me.
So Frampt, the guy up top, would come from the top rather than the bottom, which is kind of neat. This is the entrance to the final boss. Yeah, but it's not. It's of course not open yet. We have to take on the 4 great ones. So yeah, we offer up one of our 4 great ones. And there we go. 3 more to go. Alright, now we're down here in Blighttown to get a ring that's going to be important for the rest of the game. This is the merchant that we talked to when we joined the Forest Hunters Covenant before we fought Sif. He's a pretty useful merchant, but we're going to have to kill him to get his buddy's ring. Now, looking back at it, I should have bought a demon machete and a demon's great axe, because they're interesting weapons, but the other way to get them is to grind for them. I should have bought one, especially the great axe, because it is the best weapon in the game, like the best strength weapon in the game, hands down. But oh well, I didn't. It's time for these losers to die. And these guys are pretty easy to kill, especially, I can't remember that guy's name, but the merchant, I'm sure he just said it, but I can't be bothered to look at it. He'll take poison damage and walk slow in the swamp, so if you just have more HP than him, you can just wait if you're scared to fight him. But he's not that hard. What is hard is his buddy that sneaks up on you, but I think I stuck him in the wall, so he's kind of glitching out. Watch that. You said my greatsword bounced off like that. His shield has so shields have a deflection stat that's kind of like, you know, like if you hit a sword on a wooden shield, you're not going to deflect off of it, but if you hit a sword on a great shield, you'll deflect off of it. And his shield is treated like a great shield instead of like a one-handed shield. So it's really nice if you want that kind of defensive attribute in PvP, but you don't have the stats for a great shield, or you don't want to use a great shield because they're pretty heavy and they're pretty dumb. And you can't parry with a great shield either. And then over here, after we upgraded our Pyromancy Flame, this lady showed up. And she sells pyromancies. Some of the best, well, I mean the best ones in the game. She's the source for them. Sure. Yeah, just like him. Salamon's the guy who made the swamp this way, I think. I think he was dicking around with poison pyromancies.
You shall be my pupil, but to pursue my pyromancy, you must give something up. Are you prepared to do this?
So your pyromancy can not ascend, but it can be leveled up. I think it just goes up to 15. But yeah, she sells great fireball. Fire whip is pretty cool. I have no idea why I bought fireball instead of fire orb.
Now go. Whatever best my
Thought I did. And now we're here. This is below the Seething Discharge, which is the boss that we killed with bare hands. We like cheesed him. And this is past Quelaag and Quaylana. Quelaag was the spider lady that we fought. This is past all them. This is how you get down to one of the 4 great ones. And this guy might look familiar. He was one of the bosses, and now he's a regular enemy. It's kind of neat to show how far you've gone. And he's not very tough. The only reason he's a tough boss fight is because he has dogs in his arena, and the dogs are really annoying. But out here in the open, he's a joke. And I think he's weak to Black Knight weapons, so if I had the Black Knight sword, I could come down here early and start stomping these guys. Which is not a terrible idea. If you want to go strength, and you have 18 dex for a Black Knight weapon, snag one, and come down here and start farming for Demon Machete or Demon's Great Axe. Because those Axe Demons, the Taurus Demons, they were to the left when we walked to the right. Off that path. Now we could walk down and fight a whole bunch more of those guys, but it's easier to drop down to this bonfire. And I usually come here pretty early to get the fire ember. The bigger fire ember is down here. And it, so it's pretty easy to get like a plus 6 or 7 fire weapon before going to Anor Londo. It's not too terribly hard. I think you can go up to plus 8, but that involves going to the Great Hollow, which is a bonus, not a bonus area, but it's an optional area. And I don't like going there because it's annoying. But yeah, just run past all these guys. They're just a one-shot. They're just jokes. And then we go into a boss fight that's entirely way too hard for me. So you notice I have the Crest Shield on because he does magic, and I've died once before. That's why all my stuff's at 0. And I'm also using the Black Knight weapon because this guy's a demon, and it does extra damage to demons. I think just Chaos Demons. I think there are some demons that are not affected by it, but this guy specifically is affected by it. And there's my my sign. I think it's, I can't remember, the bloodstain. And I don't grab it in this episode. I don't know why, but I was just like casually exploring after or before recording the next one, and I found it and I got it. So don't worry about that. But yeah, this guy, I'm kind of working myself in kind of a difficult position. You're not supposed to be in front of him because then he can cast magic like that. But if you stand behind him, he starts doing that. He spins, or he'll jump back, and it's really annoying. So I had a lot of trouble with this boss fight. Yeah, and I don't remember ever having that much trouble. And I think it might just be because I have no health. This is my first time doing a no upgrading health run. Because that's something that I realized how much I like to do in Dark Souls 2, because it just gives you room to just raise crap like endurance or your stats. And I haven't been updating. I keep wanting to say updating instead of leveling up. I haven't been leveling up my other stats, like my strength and dexterity, but I start doing that soon, because once you reach 40 in a stat, you should probably stop. Leveling it up. 40 is kind of like a soft cap. Like after 40, my stamina stops going up, but my equip load keeps going up. But after 50, I think both take a major big boy finish right there. They take a major hit. So you can either stop at 40 or you can stop at 50. And I think 30 also might be a cap, but I think it's small enough not to realize it. Yeah, I got that fancy finish with the Black Knight's move. It was stupid. I mean, don't do dumb stuff like that. Now, if we went up here, there would be a shortcut to go to the Quelana bonfire, but I never grabbed it, and it's not really necessary. But yeah, that's about it for this episode. I'm having a lot more fun talking rather than editing in text, and I hope you're enjoying it just as much as I am. Thank you.